Hey guys, I think most of you guys know that I actually did not upload the past 2 days' daily challenges, and there is a little bit of reasoning behind that. I did go home for the weekend, and sadly my laptop was totally being retarded, so I was not able to do those for you guys. I actually did yesterday's daily challenge at like, I don't know, 5:30 or something today, but I did not get a chance to commentate it and upload it yet, so I'm going to do that actually a little bit later. I wanted to get this one up for you guys because I knew this one was a little bit of a toughie, and I thought you guys might want to get this one up as fast as possible, and I will upload that one just in case you guys want to hear it or listen to it or watch it for future use. So let's get started with this daily challenge. There really wasn't too much going on, but you do have to build a lot of crazy towers, and in the beginning you have to use quite a lot of road spikes. So let's get down to this strategy. Well, actually, let's see what you actually have to do first. It's called numerical tiers, and you have to pass drag strip medium rounds 25 to 65. And usually whenever you have something on drag strip, it's usually kind of difficult, just because you can only use a certain amount of towers usually that are pretty effective in here. And if they limit you to those, you're usually dealing with a pretty tough challenge. So we had the left side towers were 1, 2, and right side towers were 3, 4. So basically what you're going to be dealing with is trying to get as many towers on the right side up to 3, 4, or something along those lines as possible. Now, I don't know if this is the best strategy ever. It did work out. It wasn't no lives lost. I used quite a bit of road spikes, but I'm going to go play in a basketball tournament today, which I'll talk about in a little bit, maybe at the end of the video if you guys want to listen, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. And let's talk about the strategy right now, though. It was a little bit difficult because there was quite a bit going on. I think it was more hard just because I wanted to try and keep it as little lives as possible lost. I wanted to get maybe like 20 or 30 lives lost max after I lost my first couple lives. But what I did was I wanted to farm quite a bit so I'd have enough money for later rounds, and that's probably why I lost quite a few lives in these beginning rounds here. Now what I started off with was two 2-1 glue gunners and a 2-3 boomerang. And those are both right-sided towers, if you notice, and I was able to upgrade those pretty far. And your boomerang is your main popping power, and I didn't really know which one to put them on, first or strong. I tended to keep them on first for the most part, and then I changed to strong once I got 2 attack factories up. I put 1 attack factory on the bottom, and I was just kind of trying to get farms as fast as possible. So I did use some road spikes on the top path there, and I mean, you don't need to survive, but I mean, I recommend just doing it. I know it's a little bit tough to do it, but just do it if you're using my strategy. And then what you want to do is try and get 2 spike factories after you get a couple farms, and that's going to help you out for a while. And then for level maybe like 37 or so, you probably want to get another boomerang, another bionic boomer, 2-3 boomerang. And eventually I went with 3 2-3 boomerangs, and then started to get some cluster bombs and some other stuff to get rid of these balloons. And that's what I did. I didn't really know what else to build. There really was not that many good right-sided towers that could go up past 2-3, that are like good 2-3 towers. So you were kind of limited right there. So that's why I stuck with mostly bionic boomers and some glue gunners. And then later rounds I went up to Moab maulers and stuff like that. But for these first few rounds, up to level maybe 43 or 44, the difficult part is probably only the ceramics. Now, if you get enough bionic boomers, you're totally going to be set, but that means you're going to be limited on farms as well for later rounds, so it's going to be a little bit tough to do that. But what I recommend is actually using a couple sets of road spikes on the ceramics as they just come out, and that's going to help you out so much. Your bionic boomers are going to be able to pop the ceramics a lot easier because they're not going to be hitting random other balloons that get in the way of the ceramics and having them not pop fast enough, because your glue is going to last a really long time once you pop the ceramics. And they're actually going to do a lot of damage, but if the ceramics get too far, your glue is not going to be able to do any damage and not going to be able to pop any balloons in time, and that's the main problem here. So I recommend probably just using a couple sets of road spikes on the ceramics as soon as they come out, or if possible, just anywhere on the map, really. Don't be spamming road spikes all over the ceramics, but just pop those ceramics down to rainbows or something along those lines, and it's going to help you out a bunch. Once you get to around 45, I just used a super monkey, got him up to 0-1, put him on strong. I didn't really feel like going a bunch of Moab maulers yet, so I just decided to go with the super monkey, and I used a couple sets of road spikes on that Moab as soon as it came out. I'm probably going to need probably 6 or 7 sets of road spikes on that Moab. I know we're using a lot of sets of road spikes, guys. I really don't see any super awesome way to get around that right now. Like I said, I have to go somewhere later, so I can't play this a bunch of times over again just to give you guys a perfect strategy. Normally I like to do that, I try and give you guys a good strategy to work with, but today I'm sorry, I really can't do too much. I've been super duper busy. And then what you want to do is, after you get that, you probably want to get a couple of cluster bombs for level 49 and then start spamming some Moab Maulers. Probably 5 Moab Maulers will be good enough. You'll probably get enough Moab popping power for the rest of the game. And then what you want to do is start spamming some cluster bombs for level 63 and a couple other random towers that'll help out, especially some glue gunners and stuff like that. I did use some Dartling guns for level 60 and 65, especially 65. I think I only used one Dartling gun for level 60, but it really wasn't that important. And then for level 65, I started spamming. I got at least 3 Dartlings, and I aimed them all in the bottom there and helped out quite a bit. I think that's really all I got for the strategy. Just watch out for level 63. I know I used a lot of weird cluster bombs at the very end there. That's usually not what people normally do, but I really didn't see a good way of beating level 63 other than that. So just make sure you do that. I also... don't forget this, guys. I think this will help out a bunch. I know you got your glue gunner in the middle there that's up to 2-3, but I also got my two glue gunners up in the front there. I got them up to 2-2, and I felt like that was really important for level 63. I don't know how you do without it, but just in my mind it worked out that way, that was probably the best way to do it. So just to let you guys know, I'm actually playing in a basketball tournament today. I think it's just one game. If we lose and if we win, we play 2 games, and it's going to be pretty sweet. I'm a pretty good basketball player, I think, but I haven't played in a long time, so I really don't know how I'm going to do. I haven't really played any big games or anything. I usually just play pickup games. So this is going to be a little bit weird. I'm not really going to be used to this, and wish me good luck. Like I said, I've been super duper busy, guys. I had so much to do this weekend and just in general and this week. So if I'm a little bit late on the daily challenges or if I'm a little late with everything, I'm really sorry. I really can't help it this week. I got this week where I got a bunch of crap due, and then next week is final, so I'm going to be studying quite a bit. I'm going to still try and get the daily challenges up for you guys, but I'm just letting you know if something doesn't happen, it's kind of out of my grasp. Grades come before Bloom Tower Defense. Yeah, it does. So anyways, thank you for watching as always. Appreciate likes, comments, anything you want to do for me. Have a great day.